Hey guys, it's Caffeine Gaming, and we're here with SimCity 4000. So this game came out a long time ago, comparatively, and this is the game that really introduced me to city builders. I never really got to play the other SimCity games until actually after this game. I never had console. I really didn't have a PC growing up. Well, I got a PC in like high school. No, that would be wrong. I got a PC in middle school, possibly very early. I think in like 6th grade, I think I got a PC. And this is one of the first games I actually ended up getting. Well, when it came out, I think it came out in 2003. I would have been in high school, but during the first few years, I didn't actually play anything too much. I was more online. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The big thing here is this is SimCity 4, and I actually purchased this on Steam. I actually own the disc version of this, but I don't like to deal with discs anymore. I'm spoiled. First world problems, and that's just how that goes. So I went ahead and bought it on Steam, and I reinstalled it, and I cleared everything out because I wasn't sure if the digital version would work well with the old plays. Apparently it does. I didn't do enough research because why would I? I'm lazy ass when it comes to that. And I installed it. This is a vanilla version, so there's no mods or anything on here. So the traffic is working as intended, I guess. Which is terrible. Traffic is terrible in this game. The vanilla traffic it could use an upgrade. So let's just walk you through what I've done here. This is the first city. This is Firstville, and this is I am terrible with naming things. I'm awful at names. Just FYI. If I ever play The Sims, you'll see how awful I am at naming people. I usually go for like flower names and like minerals and just names off the top of my head, which are all terrible because I just don't do names. So yeah, this is Firstville. This is the first city that I created. I created it in a small slot. My general thought process behind this one is I wanted to create a full like city, like all of these I wanted to eventually build out, but I started small. I've got 2 industrial cities here. So here's the interesting thing, that if you've never played SimCity 4 before, is air pollution does not go in between zones. So this is all like dirty industry, and if you see as I move my mouse around that there's like this fog that vanishes. Let me go ahead and bring up the air pollution. Yeah, you can see that this is how it's very, well, terrible. There's like so much pollution in here. And that's to be expected with, the dirty industry. And because of that, basically here's the area where I'm going to be sending all my trash and all my dirty industry. And then I just basically leave this region alone. In here, I've got different types of industry, and that is your manufacturing industry and your high-tech industry. So your manufacturing stuff is kind of exactly what you'd expect it to be. Storage units, drying units. Let's see. Ooh, there's a foundry in here. This is actually a dirty industry. I'm not sure what that's doing in here. And then you've got your high-tech stuff, which is like your sciencing. You got a semiconductor there. Some electronic shops. And I just kind of let these guys mingle because the high-tech stuff uses a lot of energy and stuff, but you really don't have... oh my goodness, look at all this red down here. It uses a lot of energy, but it doesn't really bring in a lot of people and a lot of money. So that's a problem. So you usually want to pair like high tech with like other industry or with residential areas. But I've had the problem with the residential areas is that they make too much noise, and then the high tech gets mad, and then there's the traffic problem because residential brings in a lot of traffic. So, I mean, you've got that. In this little town, I'm basically building, though it's not going as well as I'd hoped it would, I was building a kind of agricultural town, kind of like a rural area that I could just kind of stuff people that were the lower classes, as odd as that sounds. I know that sounds freaking awful. Still giving them a really good standard of living, just that they would be the lower class people that would work on the farms. Nothing wrong with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. And because basically it's dependent, who the people you have depend on what they want to do. So you've got these lower wealth class, or lower wealth, lower class people living in these little houses. And this is not so it's not a bad thing. In this case, in this game, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing really different between the classes except for the amount of money and the type of house you live in, and where you work, unfortunately, for these guys. So these places are all very low wealth. And then over here, I don't think we've got any high wealth or medium wealth in here. I don't think I invited any of those people in here. Just screw them. They all live next door. But these people, oh, not you. Oh, we got one right here, so you can see these ones is middle wealth. High wealth is 3. Those guys are usually live in like multi-story houses. But look at these. These guys are, medium houses and low houses, and they look really nice. Like, it's not bad. Nice little quiet area. Reminds me of my hometown, except for there's a fuck ton more green. Grew up in a desert. Spoilers on that one. Okay, so let's see here. You've got your little news thing here, which basically says, hey, we've got low crime, but we've got gaps in police coverage. I don't really care. Bella Goth wants a firehouse. One thing in this game is you can actually add your own Sims in here. Let's see, where are you? So like Bella Goth lives in here. You can drive her car around. You can choose what kind of car she drives. Like here now she drives a truck. You can dispatch your sim to do stuff and give you feedback on your roads, kind of like what her education is, what her job is, employer, how much she makes, what her age is. And then as they die, because they will die, the same sim but with like version 2 on the end essentially it comes into play. And I don't know, I kind of like that. I think that's really cool. I think you can make these maps. I think it's in The Sims 2 that you can make the maps? Because The Sims 1, you kind of had the same map over and over again. I am a terrible person when I play these games, and I'm really sorry if I offend anybody, because I'm really not trying to. I'm a dick to my Sims. And I call them dickish things, and I do dickish actions to them. I'm sure glad we're not playing the actual Sims, because I'd probably kill them all. You can see here you kind of got like traffic moving around, so it's not like some of the newer games that they introduced where, oh my goodness, look at this. This is bad. See this red? This is bad. That means there's a lot of traffic on that road. Now you can't really see it in this case. That's one of the things is like the new games use like agents. I think they're called agents, that you can actually see like the people moving around. I know for a fact that, what's that game that I'm thinking of? City Skylines, which I play for like a ton, and I can't remember the name for whatever reason, uses agents. I know the newest SimCity, which was just called SimCity, because thanks guys, used agents. This game doesn't quite use agents the way those games do. So you don't see like each individual car in this game isn't necessarily an agent per se. They're just cars driving around the road to kind of simulate what's going on, which I kind of actually prefer because it allows the game to be at a grander scale while still giving a feeling of what's going on. I do like the agent idea because it's really cool, because you can be like, there's a lot of agents coming around this general area and that's just crap. But in this case, I don't know, I kind of like the feel of like, I have 9,000 people here, I can only see like 100 of them, but the way that they're spaced out actually makes it feel correct. Just personal opinion. You don't have to agree. So, we've got something here that's actually important. We've got the city needs more juice, so let's go ahead and plop down another one of these. Now, I use wind energy until later in the game, usually when we can get like the solar panel. I've gone into the nuclear power plant, but not too much. And then the hydrogen power plant, if I can do it, I do. Obviously here you can see that the requirements is that you need a high-tech industry population of 4,000, which we obviously don't have here. It's just a thing. We got different zones, of course, just like all of the games. You've got your medium residential, which I'm going to go ahead and do some of that. City spread basically means as you spread out, it becomes problematic. I'm going to go ahead and clear all of these. There's actually some just like regular news articles that appear too, which I think is really cool. Let's go ahead and move this in. I don't actually want to do that. I lied. So each of these actually goes out by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually need to put a water pipe here. So let's go ahead and watch this spot as I put water across it. Now the reason I went for the medium density, if you do low density and you give places water, they will become like mansions, like you think of like Beverly Hills with the big like lawns and stuff. Those will be created, and those are high wealth. Now the problem with that is I don't want those in my town. I actually want them to be like this, where these big old brick mansions occur. I want them to be smaller because the mansions take up so much space. Like I think one of the mansions would take up like about this much space. And I just hate those. They look really cool, but I just don't want them. Depending on what's, you know, coming up here, you can see here that we don't need any of the high wealth stuff anymore, but we still want a lot of lower wealth houses. Go ahead and just let this run for a minute and see if anything else changes over here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just move this in a little bit more, because actually you can kind of look here and you can see that there's a little bit of interest in some commercial areas. So you've got commercial services, that's at CS, so those are things like retail stores, and commercial offices, which are places like accounting. Big time traffic problems hit. Oh god, where? Ooh, look at this. This is not good. Let's go ahead and clear these up. Now, traffic is one of the hardest things in this game because the AI just sucks. Sims want to go the quickest route, and that quickest route is based on distance, not actual quickness of the route. So if you like build a road around things, that would make it quicker. There's a chance that they won't actually take it because they don't give a damn. They want to go the shortest distance. There are plenty of mods out there that actually fix that problem. There's one big one that I've used in the past that actually makes things fantastic. But the problem with that one is I found severe game lag, where like the time just doesn't work right, and like I get just like the graphics stop moving. And I don't have a very high-end computer, but this game is kind of an older game, so it shouldn't be that much going on. But it's a problem, so whatever. We also have, you can see here's this local hospital pockets picked. Let's go ahead and look at health here. We only have a couple, oops, not that one. So you can actually see, if I click this, actually, you can see where the workers are coming from, or the people that are using it. Let's go ahead and do this. So you can see this one here is 4 heads out of 5, so we actually need to increase this so that the number of patients is less than the patient capacity. And if I go ahead and just, there we go. Nope. There we go. Actually fixes that, so now it's 5 heads out of 5. Let's go ahead and check this one. This one's fine. We have the same thing with like education here. We've got a elementary school, which has got 5 out of 5 apples. You've got a branch library. This book's checked out can go over a number of books in the collection, which is hilarious. It's a hilarious oversight. We can go ahead and lower the number of students here so that this is closer. Let's see here. Not you. I don't want you. Monthly income versus monthly expenses, of course. Oh, let's check something here. We're getting an increase in garbage here, and that's definitely something we'd want to change. Let's go ahead and export as much garbage as we currently can. Now, we're exporting this to Firstville, and they're exporting it to the garbage collection area. So that's just a thing. Let's go ahead and do this. There we go. I remember when I got this game, I was absolutely positive terrible at it. I would go bankrupt all the time. I'm still not perfect with it. As my cities grow, I tend to get lost and confused, but that's kind of my life anyway, so I guess I shouldn't be saying too much. Oops, there we go. Let's go one more. I'm very careful not to go into areas that I don't want to go into because you can have some really interesting responses. So let's go ahead and turn these into medium density areas. See if we can convince them to grow a little bit. There we go. We're getting some upgrades. So first of all, let me go ahead and show you guys what just happened. It takes a while for areas to develop. That's the good thing about this game, is rather than like if you introduce something, everything immediately develops or upgrades. This actually takes some time. So you can see here that these have grown into tenements here, and these are like low wealth stuff, but that's okay because it actually holds a lot more people. So we're actually handling this this meter right here. And then upgrade it, that actually changes, you know, your demand. You need more jobs than people, clearly, but the game actually wants you to balance the jobs versus the people and the people versus the jobs. So if you end up with too many people, there'll be a high unemployment. But if you end up with too many jobs, then things close and they don't work properly. Also, you can zoom in here and actually look and see what things are, which I think is cool, like flowers, topiaries, tables, like what type of trees. I don't know why I like that. Oh, and you can watch things build, and there's actually people. I can zoom in here. There's people working. I'm not entirely sure what the hell they're jackhammering. I don't know what this guy is doing either. I wouldn't want to be on that as it's lifting. And things grow out of the ground. They don't build per se, which I think is hilarious. So you got some apartments that were built here. We got some more energy problems. Now, unlike a lot of the newer games, one in particular that I can think of, these guys actually lower in condition as time passes. So you actually have to, you know, change them, upgrade them, improve them, that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and show off how we're doing with the garbage. Is that still going? Okay, we need to go out and eventually change some stuff. So you can see here that the overall education of town is ass. And the overall health of town is doing better than it was. So let's go ahead and plop down a clinic. Let's go ahead and put a clinic. I'm gonna do this here. No, can I do it here? I should like a little bit more of the overlap, I think. Hey, hey, hey! There's a hitbox in the way. Yeah, I don't want that there. Oh, there we go. That works. Let's put that there. So you can see here that the circle, so you want everybody to be in a circle. This overlap is great, especially if something is becoming overwhelmed, because then it helps people move elsewhere. Eventually, we'll be building a large medical center, but we just haven't gotten there yet. So first of all, you can see this says patients. So let's just go ahead and let this run until September. Nope. There we go. And now you can see that we have a bunch of patients. And this actually, we need more because people have been moving in, so there we go. What did that say? Oh, it didn't say, I missed it. So you can see here, part of the problem right now is that all of our agriculture is just not doing too well. And that, I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. Let's check here. Land value, no. Desirability. Interesting, those are low desirable areas. Huh. Why is that the case? I'm gonna guess it's traffic. How's the air pollution doing in that area? Oh, there's some of that. That's very interesting. I wasn't expecting that to have such low desirability. So that may be something that we need to work on to actually get these up and running. Let's try something. This is gonna piss off a bunch of people. Let's go ahead and clear these. That's bad news. Let's go ahead and put the zone back up here. And let's check the desirability here and see if that fixes anything. Okay, so this is basically saying that we can now build a city hall, and here's how much it costs and how much it costs per month. But I'm gonna go ahead and ignore that for right now. You gonna go? There we go. Sometimes yeah, look at that. Like, it's really lowering in desirability. Huh. I really wonder why that's happening. What happens if I build another park here? Does that up the desirability any? A little bit. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to explore that. I'm gonna guess it is a combination of the air pollution. Well, the water pollution is actually caused by the agriculture, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I guess I have to wonder if it's the traffic that's moving around back here. Let's see here. I'm gonna Google it. I got my phone right next to me. so I don't have to do anything like that. Let's see, SimCity for agriculture. Not demand, what's that word I'm looking for? Desirability. I don't want a mod, oh my goodness. Anyway, so as I'm looking this up, you can kind of see, there's a couple other things that you can do here. So you've got these, what is this called? I can't remember what this is called. The free drive. Yeah, these little things that you can actually do. And you can basically do them. And let's go ahead and just, let's go see what they want. So first of all, if I click shift, it snaps you to the roads. And if I click space, now if I click enter, it actually turns the sirens on so everybody moves the fuck out of the way. In the top right corner up here, you can see a time. That's how much time you have left until the mission ends. Oh shit, I crashed into that car. Come on. There we go. And it takes some while for things to, oh god, I thought I was going to crash into that motorcycle, to despawn. So I go ahead and get over here. There we go. And it says you managed to settle down the domestic dispute and issue them a warning to keep it down. So we go ahead and exit out of here. You can see that this thing happens essentially when you complete things like that. You get success ratings. So like this one, you're actually running as so you're running with the mafia essentially this one, so your crime rating goes down, or your mayor rating goes down, but your cash goes up. The one I just did, I got mayor, my rare rating actually went up. So that's kind of cool, actually. Let's see. Exit, please. Is this, what zone is this? I think this one is... It's hard for me to tell the difference between the greens, so my apologies if you're just like, it's green, come on now. I actually can't tell. There we go. So there's a desirability thing that's going on here, and I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. But there's so many mods for this game. Like this game is just like mod-tastic. So I would, you know, if you really want to pick it up, pick it up. Like I totally think you should. Totally agree with that. I think it might be because it's against the, what's the desirability over here? I think you just need to be spaced out. So I might have to get rid of that and build some other stuff. Why do you say that you don't have water? You seeing this? This totally has water. You ready for this? It's gone. I'm amusing myself, my apologies. Okay, is there anything else I want to cover here? You have things, so like, let's see, where's that City Hall that I just got? So this is the rewards and business deals. So you got like the City Hall that you can plop down wherever the hell you want. The other things I've got, like I've got the mayor's house, but it does cost money per month, and then, or like the house of worship, which is like a church. I mean, it's expected. You can build landmarks. I can put like the Hollywood sign, but it costs money. Let's see here, what was that? You know, it costs $30,000 to put down, and then it costs $60 per month. You can put things like the Sphinx down. I think interesting. Smith Tower, really? The Alamo, yeah, you can put that in there. White House, Big Ben. Oh, that's not what I thought that said, because I just glanced by it. Oh, you can put the Taj Mahal down, Bank of America. Oh, you put the Great Pyramid down. It wasn't built by aliens, it was built by me. The entire time. You can put the CN building down, and it's huge. Look at that. Look at that tower compared to my city, good grief. So there's a bunch of stuff in here. I don't want to, you know, go over this and like do a let's play on it, or you know, like a how-to, because there's a lot of guys out there. This is an older game, so it's not like there's not anything out there, thank goodness. Holy crap, traffic. And like I said, I've never been terribly good at this game. I've always been kind of average. I've also never really tried to figure this game out too much. It's largely just been, oh, I can build cities and then I destroy them. Which happens more than I care to admit. Yeah, this game comes with, hang on a second here, variety of bad things. So yeah, let's try out some of these. So let's see, let me just back up here. I'm not really liking this this whole thing. So you've got volcanoes, UFOs, Hatosaurus Rex, fire, meteors, robot attacks, tornadoes, lightning, and earthquakes. Yeah, so... You see the shadow? So we're now in, so this little thing around here is actually danger, like emergency mode. And so we're in the middle of an emergency. Oh goodness. So yeah, so basically what's going on right now is it's sucking up people. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let this run. Oh god! And now we've got little alien ships destroying things. This is amazing. I don't think I can put more than one disaster down at the same time. Can I? Can I start fires at the same time? Oh, well, I mean... Oh, that was amazing. Can I do, like, lightning strikes at the same time? Wrath of God is upon you! What's it say here? Is there anything about, flying flames? Okay, well, I mean, all sorts of things are bad. And at this point, I can't actually dispatch, like, the fire trucks. Which I only have one of right now, so everything's gonna burn down. Oh, it's leaving. Well, let's go ahead. Man, it's just been a bad day today. Like, shit, there's, like, meteors falling from the sky. Like, seriously, everything's just been bad. Like, that thing just straight up... Oh my god, what have I done? You know what? And, like, we had... I heard recently that there was, like, these robots that were coming to, like, destroy everything. Can't believe the fire department's actually doing this. What is this Autosaurus Rex? Like, I have serious questions. Anybody dead? Oh. Well, you know, I think there's a dinosaur and there was, I don't know where the robot went. Oh, he's over here. Just doing stuff. What do we got here? Earthquake just shakes and destroys everything. How about the volcano? Let's, you know, this side of the town hasn't really been touched, so let's just, let's get some pain going on in here. God, the truck is busy. Or destroyed, possibly. So... Well, that looks bad. Look at the lava flying. These are some great graphics, guys. Looks totally realistic. Actually, I'm really glad it doesn't look any more realistic than this. You know, when there are tornadoes, you have to have... Or when you have volcanoes, you have to have tornadoes. The world is shaking. My town is not having a good day today. I want to see what happens once everything calms down. Can I put like another fire station down? Oh god, I think we've lost power. Let's plop this guy here. What's on fire at this point? Besides everything. You know what? There's not really enough on fire. There's really- oh, what the hell? Oh, he's launching off. Oh my goodness, yeah, there's just not enough fire over here. Now the tornado's gone, I think. Oh no, he's still over here. The volcano's down. Everything's on fire. Oh god. Well, here's your electricity, you know. You're over here like bitching and whining about not having electricity. Look at this. It's act of God. I'm helping out. And just freaking end these guys. Light these fires. Put these out. Put these out of their misery. Ah! Oh, there's another meteor. I missed though. I want it down here. Can you like take these guys out? There we go. All those power poles are gone. Not that it matters. Goodbye, farms. We hardly knew ye. Anyway, did I get everything? I think the only thing I missed out was the earthquake. I can't. Oh my goodness. The earth is splitting. Well. Oh no! Earthquake eliminates Belagoth. Bad news, Mayor Nicole. Belagoth ignored the earthquake preparedness program in school and so perished in the recent quake. Witnesses say Belagoth took shelter under a large tippy cast iron sculpture. Notification will be sent to the next of kin. So I actually kind of mentioned this. Everything's on fucking fire. Do we even have... Nope. So yeah, she's gone. We killed her. Shit happens. Oh, well, you know. There is a day and night cycle that you can actually select. This is what it looks like this is what my destroyed town looks like at night when everything's on fucking fire. But you can actually do a day and night cycle where things come in and out of, you know, nighttime and daytime and that sort of thing. You can obliterate the entire city and just start over if you're not really interested in, like, doing what I just did. But what fun is that? Like, I just don't know. Well, too bad for these guys. Our demands aren't changing much. Of course, at this point, because we're in disaster mode, time isn't really passing. It's just, everything just sucks for everyone. Can I actually move the tornado? Can I, like, be like, go over here? Oh, whoops. Oh, okay, it actually moved. It actually disintegrated. So I can, like, put another one, like, over here, and it would, like, cancel that one. Oh, no. Oh no. I feel like I just entered a movie from the 90s. Yeah, do you remember that? Do you remember that movie? Yeah, I remember that movie. So anyway, that's about it for this episode. I just kind of wanted to show off. I don't know what I wanted to show off, quite frankly, because this just became a freaking death fest. Which, you know, apparently happens in The Sims quite a bit. I'm gonna exit out of this, and yeah, I'm not gonna save that because wow, my head was starting to hurt from watching the shaking. But yeah, this game, I really enjoy this game. I'm hoping to get a little bit more done. You know, I've been playing a lot of other games recently, and this is kind of like a relaxing game for me when I'm playing when I really don't want to think about anything. I also do this when I'm playing other stuff. So you know, if I want to be doing this and then like watching TV or something, I can do that, and it doesn't really like hurt my head. Whereas it's hard to focus on both, you know, video games and TV, like other video games, especially ones that have actual story. This is so relaxing. I love the music. It's one of my favorite soundtracks. I would love to have this soundtrack in other city builders. I love City Skylines. I hate the music. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't feel right to me. That's just a personal opinion, actually. I mean, you can love it, you can hate it. I don't prefer it. I don't know, this just feels so industrial, so peaceful. I really enjoy it. I haven't really ever gotten to like you know, like the really big cities. I'm sure if you've ever played this game, you've seen the pictures of like the cities that are huge and like have like maxed amount of people. I've never done that. I've never been that good. 9 times out of 10, I ended up starting a new city and just, you know, obliterating everything. Or I just obliterate everything and start a new city. And both have worked in the past. It's just kind of thing, oh my god, traffic! I really, really wish this game would come out with an updated traffic AI. Like, if they could do that, like release a like 2020 version of this game, but with the updated traffic. Don't even change anything else. Like, you could update some of the graphics, maybe make it a little prettier. I don't know, maybe like update the, you know, like the cars or something so it looks cooler. Maybe update the people walking around. You don't have to do that much. You just do little things. Maybe like introduce new buildings. Maybe clean up some of the stuff. Maybe add new phase. Maybe make the GUI look a little nicer, but don't change anything. Just make it look a little nicer. I would love that. Maybe make it so you can have like the Sims 4 or Sims 3 Sims 4, because the Sims 3 has that stupid color slider thing that you can choose, which I loved, but that would make it too complicated, I think. But like, you could totally do that. You could totally update your little creature sprites, like if they could do that and keep the music, keep everything about this game except for maybe like update the graphics and the stupid AI, I would buy that. I would buy that pretty much. I would probably pre-order that game, and I don't pre-order EA games anymore because they suck. But I would definitely purchase something like that. I don't know. If you haven't played this, I would highly suggest you do. It's like I said, it's one of my favorite games to date, especially in the city builder category. I know people love City Skylines, and actually I do too. But there's just something about this game versus City Skylines that I don't want to say I prefer, but that's just so nostalgic and it's so fun to play. City Skylines, it's just, I feel a little bit more stressed. I don't want to say stressed. It feels a little bit more, I don't want to say engaging. I feel like I can play this and be relaxed when I do it and not really pay too much attention. Though they are Sims, then you do have to actually like dispatch your fire and stuff like that. But you don't have to do, what is that? Oh, fire plane. I thought that was a bomber. I'm like, who are you bombing? I don't know what's going on. And it's, long story short, you play this game. It's only like, if it's on sale on Steam, it's like $1 or $2. Totally worth picking up. Just play it a little bit. It's a little bit more, like the learning curve on it is much more difficult. But there is actually a tutorial that you can play. You go into Timbuktu. It just sounds ridiculous. And I guess I really didn't show off you can actually do, because this is like flat, but you can actually do water and stuff like that. I just don't, because it's much easier to make like your max amount of people in a flat plane. And yes, you can play like the different tutorials. I haven't played the tutorials in this one because I don't need to. There's so many guides online and it's just great. So I'd suggest playing it, and I really enjoy it, and I don't know, it's just so much fun. This is the San Francisco area. Are there no cities in here? Nope. It's so cool. Mine's just called New Region because I forgot to rename it when I created it. Like I said, this is, if you do the flat stuff like I currently have, that's basically the easiest way to be able to max out your cities, is to have flat. And I don't know, I've always tried to max out locations like this ever since I got this game. Like that has always been my goal, and I've never done it. Maybe one day I'll be able to do it. So anyway, that's all for this time. I hope to see you around next time. I don't know what I'm going to be playing or what I'm going to be doing, so I hope to see you then.